When your life comes to an inevitable end, you would think you'd at least be able to find comfort in the fact that you're no longer burdened with any more responsibilities. Well, this wasn't the case for Pope Formosus, who was forced to go to a trial over 7 months after his death. It started in the year 891, when Pope Formosus was first appointed. He was held in high regard by his peers, being described as a capable church leader with exceptional diplomatic and religious acumen, although his path to becoming pope was considered dubious by some, with alleged plans to usurp a papacy, lobbying against other bishops in favor of himself, and leading more than one diocese, which was prohibited by law. These suspicions were more or less swept under the rug, however, and Pope Formosus was able to reign until his natural death in 896. It wasn't until his successor took over, Pope Stephen VI, that the potential charges against Formosus would be taken seriously. But with the man already dead, why bother at all at this point? Well, when someone as holy as the Pope dies, they're more than just a mere corpse. They're considered a holy relic, containing miraculous power. With Pope Stephen believing Formosus was duplicitous and undeserving of his title, he sought to strip his power and influence away by holding a formal trial for his purported misdeeds. Formosus would be officially accused of perjury and illegally rising to the papacy, and perhaps unsurprisingly, was found guilty on all charges. As a result, Pope Stephen VI would render all of his acts as Pope null and void, replacing his rich garments with rags, and then cutting off his fingers of benediction that were used to give blessings. After burying Formosus in a random graveyard, demoting him from his original tomb, Pope Stephen would ask to get him back out of the ground again, deciding he'd much rather toss his body into Italy's Tiber River, a popular way to dispose of criminals at the time. Formosus would eventually be found though, and as efforts were made to restore his dignity, he was able to be returned to his tomb in St. Peter's Basilica, where he has remained ever since. Not being able to tell tales is apparently no excuse for a dead to avoid their civic duties.